the multiplication of fractions. So what do you understand by multiplication of fraction? You have done again in your junior grade. So here, let me start with an example. Here is a rectangle with the length as 5 centimeter and the width as 3 centimeter. So what will be the area of this rectangle? It's a very simple thing. You know, how can we find it out? We can find the area of a rectangle by simply multiplying the length and the breadth. So here the length is 5 and the breadth is 3. So we simply multiply 5 by 3 and we get the result as 15. And since the unit is centimeter, so we'll write the unit for the area, that is square centimeter, right? But what if the length and the width are given in fractions? For example, the length is given as 5 by 3 and the breadth is given as 2 by 6. Then how you are supposed to do this? Simply you will multiply the length by the width, and here you are getting 5 times 2 gives you 10 and 3 times 6 gives you 18. And now 18 and 10, they both have a common factor, and the common factor here is 2. So we divide 10 and 18 both by 2 and the result we are getting will be 5 over 9. If I divide 10 by 2, I'll get 5, and if I divide 18 by 2, I'll get 9. Or in other words, we can say I can cancel this 10 and 18 by 2 and I'll get 2 5 times is 10 and 2 9 times is 18. So the result I'll get is 5 over 9. It's just the multiplication of fractions. So let us see the multiplication of fraction through an activity or an example here. What you can see here on the screen is 2 circles and a shaded part is given in the circle. So you can see here one circle is divided into how many parts? So if you find here that it is divided into 1, 2, 3 and 4 part, right? And how many parts are shaded here? You can see just one part which is shaded, right? So in the first circle, one part out of 4 parts are shaded. In the same way, in the second circle also, one part out of the 4 parts are shaded. That means 1 over 4 is repeated. And you know what is multiplication? It is nothing but repeated addition. If I am adding the same number again and again, then I can also write it as the multiplication of the number with how many times it is being repeated. For example, if we just look at this particular example, then we see 1 upon 4 part of a circle here is shaded. So how much will be the shaded part total represents together? Now together here is again addition, but instead of writing it as addition, how we can write it also as like 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4 can also be written as 2 times 1 over 4, because here 1 over 4 is added how many times? 2 times. So the result will be 2 multiplied by 1 over 4. In the same way, if I see this example and I want to represent pictorially, then how will I get it? We can see 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4. Now if I add them together, I'll get in a circle the 2 parts which are shaded, right? So 2 parts out of how many parts are shaded? So 2 parts out of the total 4 parts are shaded, because here we have added these 2 together. So now here from this we can conclude that if we have to multiply a whole number with a proper or an improper fraction, then what we have to do? We just have to multiply the whole number with the numerator of the fraction, keeping the denominator as same. It's a very simple task. Just see from this examples you can just find it out that if we have to multiply a whole number by a fraction, right? What we have to do? We just have to multiply the whole number by the numerator. That means we'll get 8 times 2 or 2 times 8, that is 16, and we will keep the denominator as same. So, here the result of first will be 16 over 3. Isn't it very simple? So, you can try with other examples here.